Hey guys, when you are wanting, you decide you want to follow Jesus, right? When you go into that, don't have a preconceived notion of what's going to happen. I know that when I was 8 years old, I gave my life to the Lord. 8 years old. And I had a vision. I had all kinds of wild stuff happen. I was laid out on the floor and didn't even know it, but I was speaking in tongues, had no clue, right? And but that was the start of my journey, right? I had been seriously hurt even by that point by an extremely abusive situation. And for years, I still struggled with that abusive situation. I still struggled with anger and hatred and malice and self loathing. I hated myself. I did not want to be, I didn't want to be here because I still felt that everyone around me hated me. And for years, I prayed about it. And I said, God, you're going to have to take this from me. You're going to have to help me. And the thing was, it was like, okay, well, the Bible says I got to forgive. Well, I forgive you. And it was forgiven, but there was still, all that resentment was still there. I hadn't actually forgiven them. And so many years go by. I'm an adult now. I'm living in a different area, completely away from my family. And I was upstairs and I'm sitting there and I was talking to God. And I said, God, you have to take this away from me. You have to take this hatred away from me. And the first thing that hit me was, you need to call these people and you need to forgive them. So I called people and I was like, man, I forgive you for this. I'm sorry. And if I did anything to you, I ask that you forgive me as well. And I called my dad, who was the main one that I had this issue with. And I talked to him and I forgave him and I asked him to forgive me. And it turns out, because I hadn't spoken to my dad in years, many years, it turns out that I got to reestablish a relationship with my dad 1 month before he passed. 1 month before he passed away. And we were able to correct that relationship. And we had both been struggling because my dad had gone through some stuff too. And after I called and I forgave everyone, I was like, I'm serious. And it wasn't just like, oh, I forgive you. It was like, I don't even look at them the same anymore. And when that happened, it was like a cleansing flowed over me. Like I felt like I was standing in a waterfall and something cool and comforting was just washing stuff away from me. And I want to tell you, forgive people, don't hold stuff. God will fix you, right? It may take time, but He will fix you. I just want to love you guys, bless you with that. Have a great